We're back at it. Easter weekend is over. We're here again on this Monday, traditional Monday show. We're here. I'm here. Malcolm is here. We're going to work. We're not going to work real hard. It's Monday after all. Can't just fly right into a new work week. It is a spring break for all the local public school districts anyway. I think their spring break was like a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure. They don't let me on campus anymore. But in any event, happy spring break to all of you you kids. We don't get spring break here. But today is going to be, spring's going to be busting out all over. 77, our forecast high, record high on April 6th, 79. It was unseasonably warm yesterday, got to 68. We're off to a warm start. It's already 46 degrees. It's 50 at the summit of Stevens Pass. It's going to be unseasonably warm, but lots of sunshine. And then we do a complete 180 tomorrow. Still lots of sunshine. In fact, we'll have sunshine all week long. But a rather robust cold front from the Gulf of Alaska is going to come down. A dry cold front, very strong winds, and considerably cooler temperatures on Tuesday. So this is, if you have the day off today, and a lot of people do, not just spring break, but a lot of people who work, Tuesdays through Sundays, and they get Mondays off, stuff like that. They're off today. Enjoy today. Forecast I think you're going to like is coming up. News, whether you like it or not, is coming up. Mariners played a tad sloppy yesterday. They had numerous chances to knock off the Angels. They did not. Highlights of that, plus the Prep Sports scoreboard from over the weekend. An opinion from Mad Dog Mignotti. And this Saturday, the Greater Wenatchee Arbor Day Association holds their annual plant sale for $5. You can walk away with a small little tree that will eventually become a great big tree. $5. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's better than any sale you can get at any garden center. Debbie Fisch is part of the Greater Wenatchee Arbor Day Association. She's back with us again this year to talk about Arbor Day's tree sale, which is in multiple locations all over north central Washington this Saturday. My conversation with Debbie in the back half of the program. It is tour time. At 2 minutes after the hour on a beautiful morning, a couple of high clouds, a few contrails, and that's about it. 46 degrees right now in the Wenatchee Valley. It is quite warm, unseasonably warm, 15 to 20 degrees above normal for our afternoon high today. We had 68 on Sunday. My air conditioner kicked on. Didn't even know it was set for that, but it did. I was rather surprised yesterday afternoon. Good morning to Leavenworth. It's a beautiful day up there. It has a tendency to be beautiful in Leavenworth any time of the year. That's from our Tumwater Canyon camera. My guess is the local golf courses might be a little busy today. I'm just spitballing. I don't know. Lake Antioch looks something like that. Also known as the Columbia River. Beautiful view from a Rondo rock camera. There's the moon up there. Moon's about like 87% full, something along those lines. That is Turtle Rock. There is Mission Ridge off into the distance. Still open, still spring skiing, but they've seen some significant snow melt with this very warm weather, and they're going to continue to see that. And up to Billy Goat we go. Omak is actually the cool spot right now in our viewing area at 39 degrees, but you're going to be plenty warm again today. Omak will be. But the big story today is unseasonably warm temperatures. Everything changes tomorrow. Temperatures cool back down to about normal tomorrow. The big story is the wind. Very dry. Relative humidity is going to be close to nothing tomorrow. So it's the bad combination. And this is the time of year where people are doing controlled burns. You see them, orchard slag, stuff like that. Probably not a good idea to do that tomorrow. It's going to be windy. We're going to have windy. The wind will start picking up tonight. It'll be very windy all day Tuesday and Tuesday night. And we're going to be about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow than we're going to hit today. So Tuesday is the big transition, and then everything kind of goes back to normal. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. That's not a typo. 77. Our forecast afternoon high, again, our record high on the state is 79. We'll be getting close to that. And then here comes the cold front. While you're sleeping, it'll be barreling in. When you get up tomorrow morning, it is going to be very windy all day tomorrow. And look at the difference in the afternoon high. From 77 today to only 58 on Tuesday, which is about normal. Wind out of the west, a good consistent 10 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts at 25 on Tuesday. Gusts at 30 on Tuesday night. And the wind is also going to change direction as this cold front comes in. But it's going to come in, it's going to leave almost as quickly as it's going to come in. It'll be gone by Wednesday afternoon. No wind, a beautiful day Wednesday, 62. Thursday, 66. Friday, sunshine and 70. I like this. And then we start dealing with a few more high clouds on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll call it mostly sunny skies. So we're going to have a brief period of about 18 hours overnight tonight into the wee small hours on Wednesday. We're going to have some strong winds and very dry conditions. And the one thing you probably noticed, no wind, no precipitation at all. Our two rainiest months of the year normally are November and April. And outside of a little bit of light rain on April Fool's Day, that's been it. There's no rain at all in the forecast. We need it. It ain't coming. Going to take a break and come back with your headlines on this Monday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the Mississippi Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
When life gets stressful, reaching for a vape might seem like a quick fix, but vaping can actually make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. Each time you vape, nicotine tricks your brain into feeling rewarded. And the more you vape, the more nicotine receptors your brain creates. Over time, your body needs more and more nicotine to feel good. And when you can't get enough, you can experience withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, mood swings, and depression. Learn more at chooseyouwa.org.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
It's already 48 degrees, 77 our forecast afternoon high, very close to a record high temperature, and then we cool way down by maybe 20 degrees with lots of wind on Thursday and Thursday night, and then very quiet, benign, and pleasant weather for the rest of the week. Starts on Wednesday. 8 minutes after the hour, the Okanagan County folks, you have a new sheriff in town. Jody Barkus took the oath of office on Thursday. She is the first woman sheriff to preside over law enforcement in Okanagan County. Her appointment becomes effective today. Barkus is the county's chief criminal deputy. She's worked at the sheriff's office since 2017 with 8 years at the Colville Tribal Police Department before that. County commissioners chose her for the interim appointment after her predecessor, Sheriff Paul Boudreau, resigned from the office to return to his former job as police chief of TWISP. Barkus will run in this fall's election to retain that office. Right now, the only other declared candidate is Okanagan Sheriff's Deputy Gisbert Gonzalez. A veteran Grant County lawmaker has announced a run for Washington State Senate. Alex Ybarra is one of 2 Republican state representatives in the 13th District. He's been serving in the House since 2019. He's a Quincy native, and he said Thursday he's going to run this year for the seat that's now going to be left open by Senator Judy Warnick, who announced her retirement last month after a combined 20 years in state government. The 65-year-old Ybarra is an engineer and a former Quincy school board member. He was appointed to the House after the resignation of disgraced former Representative Matt Manueller. The 13th District includes most of Grant County, parts of southern Douglas County, parts of Kittitas County, and parts of Lincoln County. So far, Ybarra is the only declared candidate running for the Senate post in this year's election. Candidate filing week, by the way, is the first week in May. Friday morning, Lee Elementary School students and staff organized a parking lot parade to support the school's principal, Jamae Connor. Jamae Connor has breast cancer. The parade is also an early birthday celebration for Connor, who turns 58 today. Connor was diagnosed with breast cancer in February, has been undergoing chemotherapy since March. She's been principal at Lee Elementary for the last 10 years. Students showered her with cards and artwork during the walking parade. Teacher Doug Cornwell says Connor is extremely beloved by both staff and students, all of whom are hoping for a quick recovery, as are we. The search goes on for an Okanagan County teenager who's been missing since November of 2021. Esmeralda Kit Mora vanished from their home in Omak that month, but the Indigenous youth's disappearance went unreported for several months. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has produced a new image of Kit showing what she may look like today at the age of 20. Kit uses they-them pronouns and moved to Omak in the summer of 2021. Investigators say the timeline of her disappearance remains unclear and that Kit's mother believed they may have traveled to Yakima to rejoin family there. Relatives issued a video last week through the Missing and Exploited Children's website asking for her safe return.
Esmeralda Kit Mora, or Ezzy, we think about you every day. It's been 1,588 days since we last heard from you. We miss you so much, and if you are out there, please know that we are here. You can come home or just let us know that you're safe. We will keep waiting, keep looking for you no matter how long it takes.
We love you, Ezzy.
The project to extend both ends of the Clark Pipeline Bridge was exactly the kind of thing you'd hear about at a bike, walk, roll summit. And at this year's event at the Wenatchee Convention Center, people wanted to hear about it. The summit was held by the Seattle-based sister organizations Washington Bikes and the Cascade Bicycle Club. It ended last Friday. On Thursday, attendees heard from a panel of local leaders about what's currently happening in active transportation and safe streets in our area. NCW Life spoke with organizer Rachel Schaefer about why she brought the summit to town, and to Wenatchee City engineer Jake Lewing to learn about local transportation projects.
This is our 10th annual summit. The Bike Walk Roll Summit is a 2-day conference. It brings together professionals, so professional planners, engineers, community advocates, elected officials, all people who want to make biking and walking better in their communities. It's an opportunity to learn from each other. We bring in expert keynote speakers, we put on panels, and we bring in folks from the local community too to tell us what's happening, here on the ground. I decided to bring the summit to Wenatchee because it's a really central location. We do have relationships with partners all across the state, and so I wanted to make it easy for people from the east and the west side of the state to come, and I can't think of a more central location than Wenatchee. I've also developed good relationships with nonprofits here in Wenatchee who are working towards making recreation more accessible, who are teaching youth to bike, and in the process met people working for the city who are also doing really great work on making our streets more walkable, more bikeable, slowly making it so that you can get around with not needing to have a car. And so all those reasons made it really compelling to bring people to Wenatchee and to show them that you can make walking and biking good in a small-sized city as well. It seems like a pretty big deal is the improved ramps to the bike ped bridge that goes across the Columbia River, and that will just make it easier for people in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee to get across the river without having to drive around in a car.
So the loop trail, right, I think everybody who lives in the Wenatchee Valley uses that. Sometimes getting to it can be a challenge, especially for certain parts of town. So if you're in East Wenatchee, you have to cross Sunset Highway or State Route 28, which can be a little intimidating or daunting especially for inexperienced users. And then on the Wenatchee side, you have the BNSF Railroad that separates you unless you get all the way up to the Thurston Underpass. So that there's a whole area of South Wenatchee Avenue, those businesses, they don't have direct access to the loop trail. So that project will provide bridges over both Sunset Highway and over the railroad. So you'll be connected from Valley Mall Parkway, kind of the downtown East Wenatchee, directly to South Wenatchee Avenue or Wenatchee's downtown. So Even a family going out on just a jaunt from Valley Mall Parkway or from the Loop Trail can get up to Valley Mall Parkway or to downtown Wenatchee safely, for all experience levels and someone biking or walking. First Street had to be closed from Wenatchee Avenue down to Columbia to facilitate the remodel here of the convention center. Following the construction, we were ready to open it back up, but we've had a lot of community support, including some of the local businesses, to kind of keep that closed because it provides such a good connection to the pedestrian bridge connecting to the Loop Trail from the sidewalks here. And then First Street is a bike route. The bikeway, we recently did some improvements coming down the hill from the neighborhoods on the other side of the 285 couplet. So with all that community support, we are planning to keep it closed to vehicles and looking to put some changes in to keep it open for bicycles and pedestrians to kind of make that more of a permanent closure. Then it'd be also available for community events like La Terraza and these others that come and set up here downtown to use that space. And not an official decision yet. We are still kind of looking into how we can do it safely and make it sort of an interim concept that works for long term until we get more funding to do something more permanent. But so while not official, we're kind of really in the brainstorming phase, if you will. We did do a tour of town yesterday, and we did walk up First Street and kind of mention that there, as well as some of the other recent improvements and planned improvements throughout town that we are doing for people that are walking or rolling. I think this is something where we can really focus on the roads and the sidewalk design. This is where we can brush shoulders with other community members here, other different perspectives, learn things from people that are looking closely at statistics of vulnerable road users and their impact from, as the greater statistics. So this is just it's a good learning opportunity to hear other voices that kind of inform our planning and decision making.
And finally, on this Monday, we're helping your wallet and trying to save you a few bucks, especially during lunch, which is traditionally eaten in the middle of the day. Our own Long Tran is checking out some of the best local places you can get lunch, and it won't break the bank. This week, his Odyssey took him to a celebrated pizza joint in the heart of Grant County.
On this week's Lunch on a Budget, we head to Quincy to check out Monkeying Around Pizza. Let's check it out.
We all, my son loves pizza. We all it was a pizza thing. There was a pizza place here when my boyfriend moved here, when Dave moved here, and it had gone out of business. And so it was a very well-known staple here, family-orientated games and that kind of stuff. And so we kind of wanted to bring back to Quincy what they were missing, what had left. Monkey Around Pizza is named after my grandson who passed away. His nickname was Monkey. So all of our pizzas and sandwiches are named after cartoon characters or things that he loved or places that he loved to go. We are all about not trying to compete with other places that are open. I have a belief that the more places there are to eat in Quincy, the more people in Quincy will stay local and eat, which that then helps all of us be successful. So we just wanted to put things on our menu that maybe weren't being offered here, just to bring something to the community that wasn't already here.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Hi, so I have $18. What can I get for $18?
Well, you could get a burger junior if you're not very hungry, or you could get a classic burger or a spicy burger or a tropical burger with a side of tater tots or fries. We could also get you a slice of pizza for $5. You could get 2 slices for $10 plus a drink, which put you right at like $13.50.
Wow. And I heard that you have like a Hawaiian style pizza here.
We do. We have we can do a personal pan for $10. It's a little, I believe it's like $15 for you to have a personal pan pizza. The Hawaiian is, our take on Hawaiian is a ham, pineapple, bacon, and then we drizzle barbecue sauce on it when it comes out of the oven.
I think I'll get that.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right.
So for about $15, you can get a personal pan pizza and a drink. I'm obviously already enjoying this Hawaiian pizza with barbecue sauce on it. Highly recommended. Reporting from Quincy, This is Long Tran, NCW Life.
And that is what's making news on this Monday. We'll be gathering again in the bullpen, sometimes called the newsroom, sometimes called that room over there, to do the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10, the NCW Life Evening News. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, and we know you're busy, you can watch it anytime you want, starting at 5 o'clock each weeknight by going to our YouTube page. Don't forget we stream. We'll put a link at our Facebook page. We're on Roku. We're on Apple TV+. We're on that Amazon Fire Sticky HDMI doohickey TV thing. And we have an email address, and we're darn proud of it, too. If you can be proud of an email address, we are news@ncwlife.com. Not the best weekend for the Mariners nor the Kraken. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Three minutes after the hour, Nolan Chanuel drove in the winning run in the bottom of the 11th inning. It was a sacrifice fly. Adam Frazier scores from third. And the Angels beat the Mariners in 11 innings. The final was 8-7. The teams exchanged runs in the 10th. Seattle scored on Randy Arozarena's RBI base hit. The Angels on Logan O'Hoppe's sacrifice fly. The big play is when Sean Anderson struck out Cal Raleigh with the bases loaded in the top of the 11th.
It's been a while. Cole been out for a while now. Frankie Montas seems like he's always hurt. There's a shot to left, base hit Soler, and the Angels do get the 1-0 lead on a 2-out, 2-strike RBI.
And he threw him a fastball. That's that fastball he stayed upstairs, make good contact. It looked like he had him set up again for another slide to try to sneak a fastball upstairs, and Soler.
Bases loaded. Cracked into center field. It drops down, base hit. Arozarena trots home. Here comes Cole Young. He scores standing. Leo Rivas has given the Mariners the lead in the second inning. It's a 2-run base hit.
More fastball slider now. Soler at the plate. Lines it through, a base hit. 2 RBI singles for Soler. This one scores Trout, and the game is tied.
Another rocket. That was 111 miles per hour. So we got 3 really good swings from Trout. 109, 103 was showing about 111
today. Ground ball to third. It's off the glove of Rivas. The Angels take the lead as Josh Lowe scores from third base on a ball that just kicked off the glove of the third baseman with the infield in.
Yeah, Rivas is a pretty good glove there. He kind of looked up.
Little bouncer left side might be a tough play for Crawford. His throw to first too high, and everybody's safe. The run is in. Hoppy scores. Crawford tried to make the best of it, but he pulled Naylor off the bag, and the Angels lead 4-2.
Yeah, to go.
Wow. Slugged right field on its way. Gone. Home run. Cole Young with a blast. 3-run bomb. Cole Young, and the Mariners have the lead.
Cole Young's left-on-left violence continues. Remember, he hit that triple against Suter the other night, and now gives the Mariners the lead with one swing of the bat.
Line left center. That's going to get down, a base hit. Candelario's headed home. Here comes the throw from Arozarena. Not in time. RBI single. Joe Adell does it with the bat today, and he ties up the game again. It's 5-5.
He got a nice job as far as bringing his hands in on that sinker. Just enough on that to get it to the outfield. Moving in a little bit left field.
Ground ball, base hit to left. Adam Frazier just squeaks one the other way, and the Angels have the lead right back at 6-5.
We said, pitcher's nightmare. He's going to make contact. It doesn't necessarily have to be 100 miles off the bat, although that was 90.
The 2-2. Broken bat loop, left field, base hit. Cal Raleigh steaming towards home plate. He scores standing, and Julio has tied the game down to the Mariners' final strike in the 9th inning. We've seen this before this season already.
Great job by Julio. I mean, you know he's got 100 in the back of your mind. We know the dumper. He can pick him up and put him down.
Not a bad runner.
Runner going. It's ball 3, throw to second. Rodriguez came off the bag. He's out. See if the Mariners have any case, but it looked pretty clear that Julio came off and Neto had the tag on him.
This gets him right there in the armpit.
Line right field, base hit. Mariners take the lead. Randy Arozarena stings it to right field, and the Mariners are in front. It's 7-6 in the 10th.
Good piece of hitting. He saw the changeup, the pitch before, maybe a little bit tardy on the fastball, the next pitch, but it works to his advantage as he shoots it the other way into right.
Angels with 2 chances to tie it up here. There's a drive to center. That should tie it. Rodriguez makes the catch. Here comes Adell. The throw home too late. Tie game. RBI for O'Hoppe, and it's 7-7.
A shot by O'Hoppe, getting a pitch he can drive. Got a sinker middle.
2-2. Got him!
Punchy. Wow.
Anderson fans Raleigh. The Mariners leave them loaded, and the Angels just need 1 to win in the bottom of the 11th. Lefty. Shotwell floats it left field. Arozarena makes the catch. Here comes Frazier. Here comes the throw. Up the line. He's safe. Say goodnight to the Mariners. The Angels walk it off on Easter for the 2nd day in a row.
Shotwell got it done. Got it in the air. That's his great base running by Adam Frazier all the way around. They want to check to see if he left early. But what a job. Great base running. Great overall game for Adam Frazier.
Mariners dropped 2 of 3 to the Angels over the weekend. They're in Arlington tonight, the first of a 3-game set against the Rangers. First pitch on Mariners.tv at 5:05. The rest of the scoreboard, there's the Angels knocking off the Mariners. The Athletics just crushed the Astros. Not really. It took them 10 innings, but they scored 2, and Houston didn't score any. And the Reds snuck by the Rangers 2-1. Mathematically, the Seattle Kraken are still in the hunt for a Stanley Cup playoff spot, but they did themselves no favors. On Saturday night, they lost to Chicago, who's already out of the playoffs. The Kraken are 6 points out of the second wildcard spot in the West with 7 games left, so it's basically win or you're done. They are in Winnipeg today to take on the Jets, another team fighting for the postseason. The puck drops at 4:30 on Kong TV. Prep soccer scoreboard. Eastmont lost 1-0 to Davis at home on a Friday night. Wenatchee rolled over Moses Lake, and Cashmere crushed Granger 6-1 in prep soccer on Friday. Your scores on Saturday. Your winners: Cashmere, Everett over Chelan, Orville over Manson, Quincy over Ellensburg, Fredo over Othello, and Tonasket beat Omak. Prep baseball scoreboard. Sweeps, sweeps, sweeps. Moses Lake sweeps, Wenatchee sweeps, Eastmont sweeps, Omak sweeps. Dig out the brooms. Riverview did very well. Chelan beat Keona Benton down in Yakima, and Royal knocked off Chelan 9-4. That was Friday. Saturday, it was a split between Cashmere and Zilla. Zilla won the opener. Cashmere won the nightcap. Manson swept Tonasket, and Ephrata swept Toppenish. Prep softball scoreboard. More sweeps. Eastmont, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, and Ellensburg all swept easily on Friday, and on Saturday, more sweeps. Cashmere sweeps, Chelan sweeps, Sela sweeps, Okanagan sweeps. That's a lot of brooming going on, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. Your obscure holiday of the day today is Sorry Charlie Day. Charlie the tuna, of course, who what Starkist wanted was tuna that tastes good and not a tuna with good taste. Now, I personally would not eat a tuna that wears a hat and glasses, but that's just me. Fun facts about Charlie the tuna. His real name is Keith Baker. He changed it professionally. I bet you didn't know that. Charlie the tuna once shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Other fun facts about Charlie the tuna: he's actually allergic to mayonnaise. Bet you didn't know that. And he turned down a huge contract from Bumblebee Tuna to stay with Starkist. Today is Sorry Charlie Day today. It's amazing the gunk you can find on the internet. Today in history, happy birthday to the modern Olympics. 130 years ago today in Athens, the first modern Olympics hold their opening ceremonies 1,500 years after the Roman Emperor Theodos I banned the Olympics. Why, I don't know. And then later on that day, James Connolly of the United States becomes the first modern Olympic gold medal winner. He took first place in the triple jump that same day. The modern Olympics are 130 years old today. 117 years ago today, Robert Peary and Matthew Henson become the first people to claim to have made it to the North Pole. Peary's claim has been disputed because, well, there's lots of reasons. Frederick Cook said he had gotten there the year before, but there's some dispute about that. The problem was National Geographic was the main sponsor of this expedition to the North Pole with Robert Peary, and they said he did it. They said he did it, but they wouldn't let anybody look at his records, his navigational charts, his notes that he took. And a lot of people said maybe he didn't because the National Geographic wouldn't let anybody look at the actual evidence. And finally, in 1984, the National Geographic Association allowed somebody to look at all the navigational charts and his diary and everything that he said I made it to the pole, and the National Geographic Society in 1984 said he probably didn't. And then they did another study 5 years later that said, well, maybe he did after all. Nobody really knows. It's still controversial to this day. On this date in 1917, 109 years ago today, we're in. Woodrow Wilson asked Congress to declare war on Germany on this date of 1917. They did exactly that. The United States declares war on Germany. We are now in World War I. Spoiler alert, we won. On this date 53 years ago in Fenway Park in Boston, Ron Blomberg of the New York Yankees becomes the very first designated hitter in baseball history. He walked on 4 pitches by Louis Tiant. Now, of course, with the National League on board for a couple of years, the designated hitter is everywhere. Somebody had to be first, and it's Ron Blomberg of the Yankees. His bat, even though he didn't use it, he was walked, is in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And finally, it's back. For the second time in 9 years, Major League Baseball returns to the Emerald City. The Mariners play their very first regular season game at the Kingdome. They lost to the Angels 7-0. The loser, Diego Segui, who just passed away, who pitched in the Seattle Pilots season opener, 4-3. Here is the very first pitch in Mariner baseball history.
Of the new Seattle Mariners, Dave Niehaus. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the initial voyage of the Seattle Mariners. Diego Segui, the first pitch in history of this flight, and the crowd roars.
By the way, Diego Segui is the only person to play for both the Pilots and the Mariners. The Mariners are officially 49 years old today. I had a chance to meet this late great celebrity birthday, Merle Haggard. He played the Town Toyota Center 2014, 2015, I want to say. I got a chance to meet him outside of his tour bus right before he took the stage. He died on his 79th birthday 10 years ago. Merle Haggard was born in the state in 1937, one of the absolute giants in country music, one of my all-time favorites, 38 #1 hits on the Billboard country charts and in the Country Music Hall of Fame. Merle Haggard, who also wrote almost all of his hits. It's all good stuff. Slap it on your turntable. Tell him I sent you. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Guess what? Your air conditioner may turn itself on automatically today with a high in the upper 70s. But don't just assume your air conditioner can just make the transition from heating your home to cooling your home before it gets really hot. Have Alpine Air come out and have your HVAC system. They'll give it the once over twice just to make sure it's good to go. Mike Magnotti has an opinion coming up, and then my talk with Deb Fisch, who was part of the Greater Wenatchee Arbor Day Association. Their annual plant sale is this Saturday. Always good to talk to Deb. She'll join me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. When NCW Life came on the air in 2016, Dan Kuntz started his show, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan asked me to do this bit called Everyone's Entitled to Mike Mad Dog Magnotti's Opinion, and I've been doing it ever since. I recently checked and estimated that I have given my opinion on over 300 different topics. Who possibly could be filled with that much hogwash that he thinks it's interesting enough to share? I don't know if I want to answer that one. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Plans for Saturday, April 11th have now been made by you. You're going to go get yourself some nice trees that are going to do just fine in North Central Washington. It is the annual Arbor Day get-together, and the Greater Wenatchee Arbor Day Association is putting it on once again for $5. Walk away with a tree for $10. Walk away with 2. Plant them, you're good to go. Debbie is back. Last year, Debbie Fisch and I met up at the Foothills Community Center because that's going to be again this year. But instead, we have Debbie in the studio instead of in that. It's a long story. In any event, you're back. Welcome to your great friends. The Greater Wenatchee Arbor Day Association is back on again. Obviously, you keep doing it, so it must be working.
Yes, and thanks for having us, Dan.
Yeah. Your involvement, it's a fascinating story. Debbie became a master gardener 6-7 years ago.
I guess that's true.
Got drug into the Arbor Day thing, kind of like help us out. Next thing you know, you're running it.
Yes, yes.
That's kind of
kind of voluntold, but I enjoy it, so.
Every year they bring in different plants, or different trees, I mean specific here, trees we're talking about, for you to go and for a $5 donation. You can pick them up at locations. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So this year, it was a committee of how many sat down and said, what kind of trees do we want to sell on April 11th? How does the process of that works?
Usually in August is when they sit down and look at it. It's usually a committee of about 3 to 4 people, and they kind of look, well, what's going to be available, what's going to be good in our area. We do try to get natives if we can and drought hardy, but sometimes you can't always get exactly what you want.
And you need to have trees that have gotten a good start in life, that are healthy, that are that once they're in the ground, they're gonna do the job.
Yes.
And that's important.
That is important, yes.
Yeah. And where you plant them is also important. We'll talk about that in just a minute or two. So you chose the 4 trees for specific reasons, and it should be pointed out that there are 4 locations: Foothills Community Center, formerly the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, City Hall parking lot in East Wenatchee, Aniette City Hall, and Martin's Marketplace in Cashmere. Those places are still the same as they were last year.
Yes, you said East Wenatchee City Hall, right?
East Wenatchee City Hall.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
So, and it starts at 10 a.m.
Correct.
And it's a $5 suggested donation. If you want to donate more, you're more than welcome to.
We are always happy to accept more.
How much money did you end up taking in last year, which is basically the kitty money for this year, right?
We broke even.
Okay. Well,
so maybe just a little more than broke even.
Okay, which is fine, right?
Exactly. That's what our goal is.
And then you take that money and you pick up the trees from the nurseries and you're good to go.
Right.
And they're coming from where exactly, these trees?
They actually come from University of Idaho Nursery. And it's a student-led nursery. So it's actually, they start with education there and then teach kids how to, or students how to plant them and take care of them and then pack them and ship them off. So
all of these, the four we're going to talk about, are trees, which means they're going to get bigger to a certain extent. And so where you plant these is critical. And this is a good time of the year because, if I remember correctly from my conversations with Bonnie Orr, best time to plant a tree is in the spring or in the fall, where the tree doesn't have to compete with water and heat. It can get a good toehold before the really hot weather comes, right?
Correct.
So,
you learned well from Bonnie.
Well, she's good. She's really good. 4 varieties of plants. Some are going to be more popular than others.
Yes.
So let's start out with the first one, the Fraser fir. I'm not going to do the Latin, because my Latin
the scientific
sucks.
name.
Yes. This is people look at the picture of it and they say, well, it's a Christmas tree, and that's what they're very popular with.
Yes.
So talk about that.
Well, they actually are native to the Appalachian area, and they were found and named after John Fraser in the early 1800s. And they actually, so they are native to North America, and they do better in moist soil, but they actually adapt really well to clay soil as well. I'm kind of excited because I have a little extra room on my property, so I'm going to put a few there so that we can actually cut them down for Christmas trees. So there's an idea you could do, is you could plant them long enough for them to become your Christmas tree in a few years.
They're very, what's the word that makes it looks like a Christmas tree?
Yes.
There's a word I'm looking for. I can't remember what it is. Yes.
Very conical.
It looks pretty.
Yes.
And the needles are soft, right?
Yes, and they actually have kind of a silvery underneath, so that kind of gives a little silvery glow to it as well with the dark green.
Are our feather friends and our furry friends going to take refuge in them? They look bird friendly to me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's good. And again, they will get big, so that's one of the most important things that you need to consider when you plant these things, is not what it looks like now, but what it's going to look like in 10 or 15 years.
Exactly.
That's terribly important. White lilac. You did purple last year, violet?
We did purple lilac last year.
So this will complement.
It will complement it.
So
and that's another thing I'm excited about, because I planted a few purple ones last year. So now I'm excited to be able to add a few white ones in with them.
What are the characteristics of the lilac?
Well, they're very drought hardy. You do have to make sure and water them the first couple of years so that they can get it well established. And they smell wonderful on Mother's Day. I love getting a bouquet of them on Mother's Day. And they're just really nice. They have, they're just a nice bush, and they're very hardy. I know that you'll be driving out in the east side of the Cascades, and you think, oh, there's nothing there, and then you'll see a lilac bush out there where a homestead used to be, or something like that. So that's how well they do.
And once they're established, just like the Fraser fir, you're good to go.
Yes. Yes.
And how big will they get eventually?
They will, let's double check here. Yeah, they get a little bit tall, about 15 feet and about 12 feet wide.
Okay, that's important. The dogwood, the red, what is it?
The red osier dogwood.
Osier dogwood. Talk about that.
Yes. So they actually are a native shrub. So they're considered a shrub. They get about 9 feet tall and about 12 feet wide. What's really nice about them is in the winter they have that kind of red effect on, they look like little red sticks sticking up. So
they're aesthetically pleasing year round.
Yes, they provide a lot of good winter interest.
Cool. And finally, the woods rose.
Yes, and that is another native. Let me see, they get about 6 foot high and about 6.5 feet wide. Birds love these, and some people actually make jelly or tea out of the rose hips.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I bet you Bonnie does.
She probably does. She makes all kinds of cool things.
The native plants are the dogwood that we just talked about and the woods rose that we just talked about. Those are native to this area.
Yes.
Which means that they You don't really, I don't think, really need to get your soil tested. Pretty much any kind of soil is going to do okay, but those two?
Well,
or not?
Yeah, they should be good.
Okay.
The master gardeners always recommend that you test your soil.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people don't do that.
Right.
They
and to be honest, I haven't done it yet either.
Oh. No, it's people plant it and think, well, you know, neighbor has the plant and it seems to be doing okay, but it's just a few hundred feet can make all the difference in the world. You could have sandy soil or clay soil, or just dirt,
or a combination of the two.
Combination of the two. And the white lilac, the woods rose, and the dogwood are once they get going, they're drought resistant.
Correct.
Once you have planted it and watered it for a couple of years, you don't really have to worry about that anymore.
Right. And the Fraser fir is a moderate water user, so it's not like a high water user, it's just a moderate. So it's not completely drought hardy, but it should do well.
And you can pick up as many as you want for $5 a pop, or is it limited kind of a thing?
I like to limit them about 5 per species, per person. That is something that we kind of work at in case we just don't want to have any plants left over. We want them to all get planted.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, can you pretty much, depending on soil temperature, stick them in the ground on the 11th, or do you need to wait?
Yes, they should, because they have actually been in hibernation, and they're delivered to us cold, and so they're just waiting to be planted and budded.
So you can't take these home, whatever they are, and stick them in your garage for a couple of weeks and then plant them when you feel like it?
Well, you can, but you would have the best results if you plant them right away.
Okay, that's important.
And sometimes, like, I actually did put some of mine in pots last year because I wasn't ready to plant them, and then I planted them in the fall.
So they've been in hibernation. How exactly, do you need a pickup truck, or what can you put it in?
Yeah, they're actually pretty small. They're probably, sometimes they're a little taller depending on how much is grown out. But the base is usually about this big.
So it's easy to transport.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about put them in the back seat of your car.
Right.
If necessary. What of all these plants and trees, which ones do you think are going to go first? Because if it's at 10 a.m., people might be lining up because I want this.
I think that the white lilac's going to go fast because we've had purple lilac a few times in the past, but I don't know that we've had a white lilac. And I think also the red Aussie or dogwood's going to go fast.
Okay.
The woods, I think they'll all
They all will. They all will. We'll just say they all will. And it starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday the 11th at all 4 locations I just mentioned. The East Wenatchee City Hall is going to stay open an hour later than everybody else.
Yes.
You guys will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Right.
Again, Foothills Community Center, Aniat City Hall, and Cashmere, Martin's Marketplace. The East Wenatchee City Hall also starts at 10, but they're going to be open an hour later.
Yes, and that allows us to bring our stock back, whichever leftovers we have, and kind of group and get everything figured out.
It's a $5 suggested donation. Suggested donation.
Correct.
Pay the $5 is what I'm telling people. But if you have the extra coin, pay them 10. I mean, they're worth $10 a pop from these things. I mean, they're worth more than that.
Definitely.
Go to a garden center; they'll tell you.
Right.
This is a good deal.
Right.
That may be the most important thing we need to pass on. Right. This is a good deal.
Yes.
So.
And we're a nonprofit, so we're just trying to get plants out there for people to plant and at a good price and just promote.
How's your organization doing? You need board members? You need help?
We do need board members.
Talk about that, Deb.
We actually, like I said, the selection committee meets in August. We usually have one meeting in the fall, and then we start in January, really meeting each month. And then in like next week, we will have a sorting and labeling party when the trees arrive. And then we kind of sort them out to each of the locations. Then, and then we have the April 11th event, distribution event date. And then we meet in May as kind of a follow-up to figure out how it went, what we could do better. That's kind of fun because we meet at Country Inn usually and do it over breakfast or dinner.
Smart
whatever.
move.
Yeah, kind of relax and
whenever we have
enjoy
meetings that are centered around food, and usually nothing ever gets done.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I have seen this. I've witnessed. We videotaped this a number of years ago. The prep a couple of days before the Arbor Day tree distribution party, and it's an amazingly organized assembly line of how you people do. A lot of volunteers make this thing work. It's the only way it can work.
Yes.
So
definitely.
Cool. It is very cool indeed. Again, it is Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. East Wenatchee City Hall, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Leftovers starting at 2. Foothills Community Center in Wenatchee, Aniat City Hall, and Aniat Martin's Marketplace in Cashmere. Did we get everything? Did we cover everything?
I think the main thing too is you talked about planting in the right plant in the right place.
Yeah, we need to talk about
and
that.
if people are worried about fire-wise, Master Gardeners has a really good resource that they can get and be able to know where to plant their plants. Cascade Conservation District also has something that's really good, as well as the Wenatchee Fire Department. I was actually online on their website yesterday and kind of investigating that. And both of them have really good resources.
And people have taken that to heart over the last 10 years. They realize that putting this hedge next to this outbuilding or a home or garage is probably not a good idea.
Correct.
So, because the last thing the fire department wants to do is put out fires.
Right.
Trust me on that. These guys want to be sitting at home or sitting in their station playing cribbage and doing nothing.
Well, and if they're able to defend your house, that's the most important.
Yeah. But I mean, the most bored people this summer should be the firefighters, either locally or the wildland firefighters. Debbie, it's good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Knock it out, have a good time.
Okay.
And I might go get me a lilac while it's hot.
Yeah, you should.
So, is there going to be a line at 10 a.m., by the way? I should ask you this.
Probably.
Okay, at all the locations?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Debbie Fisch, give her a big hand, everybody. Take the rest of the day off.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling that I can't go any further than that. I will have to pay royalties to the estates of, Rogers and Hammerstein, and we really don't want to have to do that. It is a beautiful day. It's going to be unbelievably gorgeous today, but it's only going to last today. It was a beautiful day yesterday, 68 degrees on Easter Sunday. We're going to be maybe 10 degrees warmer than that, could set a record. And then everything is going to change. Things are going to get windy. Things are going to get cool as a rather robust cold front comes down from the Gulf of Alaska. Relative humidity is going to be bone dry tomorrow, and wind. You combine those two things, and that's a bad recipe. So just a heads up on that. It's going to start getting windy overnight tonight, and then quite windy all day Tuesday into Tuesday night. And then it's gone. It's out of here, and that's the only real blip in what weather has in store for us for this week. And of course, it's spring break to boot for the local schools, so they're digging this. How about 77 today with just a few high clouds? Our record high in this state is 79, going to be getting close to that. Wind will be picking up tonight, 42 for the overnight low, windy all day Tuesday with a high of only 58, so a big temperature change. We're going to drop by about 20 degrees for the afternoon high, but who's kidding you? That's 77, definitely an anomaly. And then right back to sunshine Wednesday, calm conditions, and the forecast pretty much speaks for itself. The one thing that is not in the forecast anywhere in the near future is rain. We need rain, and there ain't any coming, folks. Sorry about that. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Monday, provided the show isn't canceled. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.